Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another day of garage workouts. Your garage, your gym. So good news. Today we have stretch. So we're gonna be doing a stretch in a different way. There's gonna be a little bit of range of motion, but we're gonna be focusing more on stretching the whole body. We're gonna use a chair to stretch. So I'm going to introduce that today to our workouts, and I'm ready for this. I'm not going to need my timer today for the stretch. I'm going to get rid of my flip-flops, put it on the side, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to be moving side to side first, just a few times. So instead of a warm-up that we usually do, which is running or marching on your own place and moving your arms in circles, we're gonna do a different type of warm-up. We're gonna slowly and easily warm up the muscles with a little bit of functional calisthenic work, just like this. It's a little bit of a stretch and a little bit of movement right there. Yes. Now I'm gonna go sideways. We're gonna go here. I'm pointing towards that side. I'm gonna go here. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna point towards that direction. Again, go up, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's do one more. 1, 2. Okay, now I'm gonna do swimmers. I'm gonna go this way and that way. Right here, I'm standing straight this way and that way, and this way and that way. Notice how I move my whole body. I start back, I end up all the way to the other side, up, and end up all the way to the other side. And now right here, just these moves right there. Straight swimmers. All right, now I'm gonna move my hips. This is gonna be a little longer than a minute and a half, but I really wanna loosen up the body, and warm up all the joints. As I said, today the stretch is just a little bit different. We are not using the timer. We're just doing these moves, and we're gonna stretch right after. So now we're gonna do our knees right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm gonna go in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. I'm gonna have a seat. Now right here, I want you to pay attention to this stretch. First, I'm gonna cross my leg, okay? And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on my knee. I'm gonna put just a little bit of pressure down, and notice that I'm moving and letting go. So pressure, let go, the pressure. Just a few times. This really loosens up your hip all the way up here on the bone, right on that joint. Yeah. Okay. After I do this, I'm gonna get this arm under and this one here, and I'm gonna move it in circles. I already cracked my leg right there. I felt that little crack. I move this in circles in one direction. So this is a stretch, but we're doing also range of motion, which is important. Okay, circles. Now look, up and down, up and down. My leg is just loose, and I'm using my arms to move it. Now side to side, side to side, a few times. All right, now we're gonna switch to the other side. Again, so I'm gonna rest my leg here. I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure first, right there. Yeah, just a little bit of pressure. So it's push and release, right? Push and release, pressure. I'm not keeping the pressure all the time. It's push and release. That helps just moving the joint and releasing that deep right on the hip. Right, now I go under, I swim under, my hand here, and I'm gonna do circles. So my leg is basically dead. I'm not moving my leg. I'm moving my leg, but I'm using my arms to do that. I'm not using my leg. My leg is just resting. Now in the other direction, you have to have your leg loose. How is loose? Like if you drop it, you know, like if you let it go, it'll drop. So, oh, you heard that? That was a little crack. And that is good, guys. This is moving, good range of motion. Now, up and down, up and down. Good. And now side to side, right there. Okay. Now look, I'm gonna go back to my other leg. I'm gonna lock my fingers under the knee. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my leg up, try to stretch it. Once the leg is stretched like this, you see my foot? I'm gonna bring it back. It's gonna stretch all this. So right here, I bring it back. And now from here, I'm gonna go up and down slowly. This is a really good stretch. But remember, my foot is pointing back and I'm moving this up and down. Right there. Okay, you don't need to sit like I'm sitting, I'm just showing you. You want to sit straight, just so you know. You want to sit straight. Just want to show you how this looks like, okay? I let this go. Now I'm doing the other leg. So, I'm gonna get right under. Same deal from here. I stretch, now I move my foot back, okay, and I go up and down. Looks like this. So I move my foot back, up and down. I'm gonna go back to my original position, because this is, you want your back supported, right? You want your back straight and supported. Yeah, I got a little more support this way. Awesome. All right. Now we're going to get up. I'm going to use my chair to do my leg splits. So I'm going to split first in here, right there. And this is a must. No matter what you do, how much time you have, you always have to do the splits. That's super important, you know, especially for range of motion. Now look what I'm doing. I'm moving from one side to the other. So I'm resting my body weight on my arms. So I don't want to put a lot of pressure on my legs, and that will help me move from side to side in this way. That really helps me loosen my leg, my inner thigh muscles. All right, now look, I'm going here. Now I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna put my arm there, and with this one I'm gonna try to touch my toes. And I'm gonna use my arm to create that leverage I need, and not to put my whole body weight onto the legs. Because you want to do this smoothly. You know, I can do here, yeah, but that puts pressure down. I need to control that pressure with my other arm. You know, that way I can actually go a little further without damaging the muscle fibers. You know, and then just stretch right there. A little lower. Ooh. Yeah. My feet were sliding, so that's good. All right, so now look, I'm gonna put my chair right here. See right there. My chair right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start moving back, side, and to the other side. So I go back, side, that's 2. Back, side, that's 3. Back, side, that's 4. Back, side, that's 5. Okay, now we're gonna use the other leg, do the same thing. So back, side, that's 1. Back, side, that's 2. Back, side, that's 3. Now I'm moving a little bit different. It really don't matter if you go to one side or the other one first, as long as you do it. Back, side, that's 5 or 4. Well, I don't know, but that's what you're supposed to do. Now this next one, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna kick straight and I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Now I'll switch to the other side. Same deal. That's 1. Let me get a little closer here so the camera can catch my leg on the back as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're gonna put this chair away. All right, so this next one, I'm gonna go down here on my knee, and then I'm gonna stretch my leg right there. Okay, so I'm putting my hands in the front. I'm gonna go back a little more. Put my hands in the front to support my body weight, and I'm gonna stretch this leg, my knee on the ground, and then look, I'm gonna go back and forth, back and forth, just a few times, right there, 4, 5, perfect. Now I'm gonna switch to the other side. I'm right here. I'm gonna do exactly the same. Go back and forth, back, forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And one more time, back and forth. Good. Now, from here, I'm gonna go to my frog splits, right there. And from here I go back and forth, same thing. Just go you know, a little bit of range of motion at the same time that I'm stretching. Okay, this is important. So these are not just isometric stretches where I stay in one position. I'm moving a little bit too, and that's the idea. You know, the idea is to move a little bit as you're doing this. I'm gonna bring my heels closer to each other. Keep doing this. Always breathing, just a little closer now. Try to keep your feet flat on the floor. It's important. Right here. Very good. And now I'm gonna go to my child pose. Child pose here. Stretch and feels good in there. Now look, I'm going to start moving from one side to the other. Okay, remember we're moving a little bit too while stretching. Yes, this is really good to move the joints, the ligaments and tendons on the joints. So we move here. Very good. I'm going to cross one arm. And now what I do is I move down and up. So I put a little pressure and then release that pressure. Just very small micro moves. Okay, I call these the micro moves. I'm not going up and down, no, just right there. Just bouncing on that arm. Micro moves. You will see how I'm moving right there. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the cat dog. So I inhale, exhale. That's my Halloween cat. Inhale, exhale. That's my cat. Inhale, exhale. Halloween cat. Inhale, exhale. Cat. Now look, I'm gonna move my head into one direction and then into the other. One direction, other direction. One direction, other direction. Now look, my hands, instead of pointing, my fingers pointing forward, they're gonna point back, or at least diagonal, right here, just like that. And from here, I'm gonna sit back a little bit, micro moves. Sit back a little bit, that really stretches my forearms and stretches also all those little bones on my wrists. Very good. Okay, wow. That really stretches all in here. Now look, I'm gonna grab my wrist here, I'm gonna pull in slowly and release. Pull and release to stretch all these upper muscles on the forearm, right here, right there. And now the other hand, same deal. I press and release, press and release. Very good. Now just gonna move my wrists a little bit. I'm just doing this to relieve the pressure from that stretch that I did with my hands facing back. That helps releasing that pressure, you know, and gives good mobility on my wrists, okay? Right now, I'm gonna sit on my heels, try to sit straight, and now look, I'm gonna go up and sit. up a little bit and sit. This stretches my quads, but also stretches those ligaments on my knees, right? Especially the lateral ligaments, the MCL and LCL. Yes. Up and down a few times. Good. Now I move to one side and the other. Okay. That's a really good stretch also to this part of your feet. Just how we stretch this, that stretches these sides right here. All right. Now we're gonna do a few butterflies here. Up and down. I got my watch right there. That just helps me keep track of time, because we don't want to make these too long, you know. It's just we just want to make it right. I know everybody's busy and you guys have to go to work and stuff, so now if you're doing this at night, well, don't worry. You can always do a second round of all these, you know. I do that sometimes. I do my routine and then I can do a second round of it, and that really helps, you know, like elongating, you know, the muscles and give another boost of a stretch to those tendons and ligaments. It's not just the muscle, you know, you need to think about stretching your tendons and ligaments as well. Now I'm gonna grab my heels and I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure with my elbows on my knees to open up, right? And now look, I'm gonna move from one side to the other. Yes, just like that. From one side to the other, I keep moving here. Good. And now I'm gonna go straight and back. Inhale, straight, back. Inhale, straight and back. Now, I'm gonna stretch my legs. Right there. Inhale. Exhale. Look what I'm doing now. You see how my knees bend because my stretch is not that good? Well, actually I'm doing that on purpose. I can definitely go down. But what I want you to do, if you cannot reach all the way, try to reach one side. And so what you do is bend your knees, reach both, and then stretch one leg down and then the other. Just like that. If you cannot touch your toes, you can grab, you know, right above your feet. Right there. And this is what you want to do. Move up and down. Okay? So let's do that a few times. Now up and down. Both if you can. Alright. Now I'm gonna open up. Right here. Let's go right here. Now I have a little more space. So I grab under my knees, inhale, exhale, and I go this way. Now look, my elbow down to my knee. Just a few times. Right there. Okay, now my hand under, I grab this, it's called the C grip, and then I grab here, and I go up and down, elbow down to the knee. If you cannot get your elbow down to the knee, it's okay. Just do your best. Good. Always breathing. Inhale, exhale. All right. Now leg right on top and stretch. So we are getting into the figure fours now. Now here, and I'm gonna try to put my shoulder to my knee and try to sit close to my heel, right there. This is the perfect position here. Full stretch, you know, touching for range of motion, and then I drop it. And I can accommodate my body. Then I'm gonna push, get my elbow behind my knee, and now you see how I walk with my hands towards the other direction? Yes, that's where I wanna be, right here. Oh, feels good. All right, now I'm gonna stretch my other leg. I stretch right here, inhale, exhale. Oh, actually, sorry, this goes up. Inhale, exhale. Just gonna go relax here. Right there. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. These CAPS ambulances and all this out there, that's going like crazy. Every morning, you have to hear that. If your alarm doesn't wake you up, that will wake you up for sure. Inhale, exhale. Now look, my shoulder goes right to my knee. Okay, and I'm gonna try to sit close to my heels, right there. Right there. I don't know if you could hear or not, but I can hear it from here. Maybe you're lucky and you cannot hear over there. Yeah. Right now it's time to de-stress. Right there. Okay, we're gonna drop it. And I'm gonna accommodate my body, try to get my elbow right behind my knee. And now do you see how I walk with my hands? Trying to stretch to that side. Yes. That's the idea. Stretch right there. Awesome. All right. So now we're gonna try to do spiders first. So what I want to do is I want to get my hands here, okay? And from here I'm gonna get up, lift, spider. If you cannot get spider, you can just rest on your head and just bounce. I'm gonna get up. One more time. Up and up, down. Now I'm gonna claw and go back. Right there. So I'm moving a little bit. I'm gonna grab my toes and move from one side to the other. Both at the same time. And now I'm gonna roll just a few times. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my roller and I'm going to do a little bit of rolls in here just to loosen up my back. there. Oof. Wow, that really cracked many times. That's actually good. Okay, it's cracking right there. I'm gonna put my hands behind my head here. So I'm trying to do kind of like a mix on this stretch, you know, but just a little bit different than our regular stretch and range of motion days. So it's still stretch and range of motion, but you know, it's just a little bit different approach to today's stretch. Now, why am I doing this? Because our next workout tomorrow is going to be an athletic workout. So for athletic workout, you know, I will love to be all loose and ready for that. And let me just double check. Let's see. Tomorrow, yes, we have athletic workout. I think that's going to be our third one. And I like, almost fell. I like to be very loose for that. So today I'm just taking a little longer on the stretch, right? It's probably going to be a little over 20 minutes. I don't think it's going to be more than that, maybe 25 minutes. But that's really all you need. And why we don't need more? Because we do this every day, you know? Like every day after a workout, we always do 10 minutes of a stretch, which is 8-minute stretch and 2 minutes on the roller. Sometimes, you know, we do a little more, just maybe a minute more. So because we do this every day, we don't have to like spend, you know, like a whole hour stretching. I mean, some people, they stretch for a whole hour, you know, 1 or twice a week. As I said, it's better to be consistent. So if you're consistent and you stretch every day, you know, for like about 10 minutes or so, and maybe every 4 or 5 days, just how we do, we stretch a little longer, like 25 minutes or so, then you have much better results because you're doing this daily. Right here, I'm gonna get up with a little more pressure. And oh, I did this once already. Did I? Yeah, I did. Good. Just a little more. I feel that my legs need a little bit more. I'm gonna go sideways. Yeah, that's the one that I was missing. The side one today. I mean, we don't do this all the time, but you know, once every 4 or 5 days in between our workouts, it's good to do this. All right. It feels good. I broke a sweat. That's good. It's always good to break a sweat. I'm gonna get my flip-flops back. And again, guys, thank you again for joining me today on this short but effective workout and stretch, you know, stretch and range of motion. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow for our athletic 3. So we're gonna do athletic work. You already done a couple of them. So this is just gonna be all kinds of move, dynamic, functional. It's good. One of the reasons why we do all these resistance training workouts and all that is so we can perform really well on the athletic workouts. You know, that's when you really combine everything. So I can't wait to do that tomorrow and see you there. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share, you know, so this can get to more people. Okay, thank you so much again. Awesome having you today on Garage Workouts, and I will see you on our next workout. Peace.